Hey there, welcome back to Limabean Crafting. In today's video, I will be showing you how I made this personalized tote using my Procreate app and Cricut Maker. So let's get to it. For this craft, you will need a tote bag. You might be able to pick up one from the Dollar Tree and some iron-on vinyl. I picked up the silver glitter HTV from Michaels. I also used my Procreate app on my iPad to make the design and my Cricut to cut it out. In this tutorial, I will show you how I created my design in the Procreate app, and I will even walk you through how you can create a similar design for free in Cricut Design Space. Let's begin with my Procreate image. I began by finding an inspiration image online and tried to recreate it with the flower pen and monoline pen. As you can see, my initial designs varied. Because I was making this bag for a bride-to-be, I let her settle on what she liked best. To make the final design, I drew a circle using the monoline pen. If you hold your pen on the iPad after sketching your circle, it will give you the option of forming a perfect circle. Then I just drew different sized leaves from the 5 o'clock position to the 10 o'clock position of the circle. Instead of handwriting the names of the bridesmaids and flower girls, I decided to use a font in Cricut Design Space. So I removed the white background of this image and sent this image as a PNG file off to Cricut Design Space. As soon as the image was uploaded, I resized the image to be at most 11.5 inches wide or tall, but depending on the size of your bag, you may want to adjust this length. Then I chose Add Text and wrote out the personalized name using the font Miracle Day that I got from dafont.com. But you can use whatever font you like best. Next, I resized the letters to be larger so that they were more proportional to the leaves, and then selected Ungroup so that I could move the letters individually around the circumference of the circle. To rotate the letters, just select the letter you want to move and click on the curved arrow just above the letter, dragging in the direction you want to rotate. Once your letters are in place, it is time to remove the part of the circle circumference that the letters cover. To do this, I added a shape to the canvas. I chose a square, but it really doesn't matter what shape you choose. Move this shape over the portion of the circumference you want to remove, and select both the shape and the floral design and click Slice. Next, delete all of the unwanted pieces. Depending on the shape you choose, you may have to repeat this step 1 or 2 more times until you are satisfied with your final design. Then just weld together the design and the letters and you are ready to have your Cricut cut it out. But before we do that, let's create a similar design using only Cricut Design Space. First, I created a circle that was 11.4 inches in diameter. Then a second circle that was 11.1 inches in diameter. I selected both of these circles and aligned them at the center. Next, I selected them both and clicked Slice. This created a ring that we are going to use and add leaves to. Make sure to delete the unwanted circles, leaving only the ring. Then click on Images and search either leaves or leaf. There are a variety of leaves you can choose from. You can keep them all the same or mix and match if you'd like. I chose this free leaf, immediately welded it, and removed the stem using a shape and the slice option that I described earlier. Once I had a leaf that I liked, I clicked Unlock and reshaped it to be less round. Then I duplicated the leaf many times and resized as I went until I created a similar design to the one I created in Procreate. I added the name in the same way as before. Once you are happy with your creation, make sure to select the circle, the leaves, and the letters and weld them together so that they all get cut at once. Don't forget to choose iron-on vinyl, place the shiny side of your vinyl down on the mat, and mirror your design. Then let the Cricut do its thing. After the design was cut out, it was time to weed out the pieces that weren't part of the design. I tried my best to save any scraps for future crafts, even the center of the circle. When the weeding was complete, the design was ready to be transferred to the tote bag. I turned my iron to the cotton setting and let it heat up. If you have a steam option, you want to make sure that is turned off. I placed a piece of parchment paper inside the tote bag and ironed the bag just to get out some of the wrinkles. Then I centered the circular part of the design on the tote. I found this to be the most aesthetically pleasing, even though the design itself isn't centered on the bag. Next, I covered the vinyl with another layer of parchment paper and ironed the design in sections for about 15 seconds each section, until every portion of the design had been ironed. I let it cool briefly and then peeled off the plastic layer. Then I noticed that one of the tips of the leaves wasn't completely flush with the fabric, so I covered it with parchment paper and ironed it again for another 10 seconds. Unfortunately, I didn't capture this on video. As I mentioned, I was making this for a bride-to-be, so I repeated this process another 7 times. Both myself and the bride-to-be are really happy with how this craft turned out, and I hope you are too. If you are new to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up, and I will catch you in the next one.